Alright, this is Creep. This is going to be my first commentary video on somebody else's video. And the reason why is because this has frustrated me for years. And Stevie Richards, a wrestler, just did this video today. I just watched it, left a couple comments on it because it is so frustrating that yes, Hulk Hogan lies about a lot of shit, but he was not lying about this. And you can even see it in the photo right here. This is what Hogan is talking about. But everybody keeps staring at that chair. And Stevie Richards even admits right in the beginning of this video, I've watched this so many times. I watched it after The Undertaker told that story, which he's going to play that story in this. I saw the video, and I saw exactly where Hogan got hurt. And he's hurt right here. Stevie Richards right here is showing you where Hogan got hurt. It is obvious. It is plain as day. And you're like going, where's his head? There's nowhere. His head is nowhere near the chair. That's because it's jammed between his thighs. You can see it right there. So frustrates me because everybody is so focused on Hulk Hogan always lies about everything. And maybe he did. Maybe he needed a little break. But I don't think he did. Let's watch.
You protected me so much that you hurt me. Did I get it right?
He's belittling Hogan.
This is the tombstone pile driver that you were talking about. And Taker, on his podcast, has already talked about this.
I get it.
And I've
Hogan
watched
deserves
this
it.
time and time again. I actually remember when I was a kid, I had just started wrestling, and I watched this.
I'm a big fan of Undertaker.
He completely missed the chair. Not that I wanted Hogan to get hurt or anybody to get hurt.
See, he's focused on the chair. Stop staring at the chair.
Now, as a worker, I appreciate Taker taking care of Hogan.
I can't believe I'm the only one that's ever talked about this. I've commented on his video. I've commented on The Undertaker's.
Be careful with me out there.
So he's telling me, he goes, hey, I got this neck injury.
And I like The Undertaker.
He says, I'm really nervous about taking your finish.
But I don't think Undertaker's actually seen it
believe me,
for a long time.
I will protect you
because he's just stared at the chair too.
On not hurting people. And I promise you, I will have you so tight that there's no way possible that you're going to hurt your neck. So, with that, we went on about our business.
He even admits it. I'm going to hold you so tight.
Or whatnot, I'd get the...
Yeah, your head's not going to hit the chair.
Right? So
Get
that's
it.
all I got all day. It was...
And Taker fulfilled his promise. Hogan?
Yes, and I'm not arguing that point either. He did hold him so tight. He was protecting his head from hitting that chair. If anything, you can say The Undertaker screwed up because he had him so far. He was like a foot off the ground. To me, that's a botched move in itself because it looks so fake right there. And Hogan doesn't have any hair, so it's not like his hair can flop down and cover that distance.
Didn't necessarily see it the same way in a way. We're going to look at this first in real time.
And look at Stevie Richards.
Boom, come right down there.
See that?
And the context on this is...
Look at this.
Flair had come in. I love the fact that Flair cost Hogan the title. Now Hogan's going to go with Flair.
Stevie Richards gets the red pen out.
Title, and he gets to defend it.
Do this.
We split off and have two
Madden, NFL,
boom! Two viable feuds. Take
you got the running back going over here.
You got Hogan, personal issue right there. We're going to go
because he's a professional.
Right to the point.
Right there is where his head's jammed in. Do you see that?
This out, which you can see
Watch
on the
his
screen
head
already,
go into his thighs. Don't stare at the chair. Stevie Richards is staring at the chair.
Hogan is nowhere close. Here's the chair.
Yep.
Which is the mat.
The chair.
And here is Hogan's head.
Which is going into his thighs.
If anything, Undertaker's knees right there are taking the brunt of it. Undertaker has him, and we talked about it before.
We're not looking at the chair, Stevie. Stop focusing on the chair. Everybody focuses on this distance. Right here.
There is so much
I'm looking
head, like
right. See, you're looking at his head going into his thighs. Now watch his neck just get
as we
tweaked.
go back and forth and look at it again,
Watch
frame by
this.
frame. Even with the flash.
See, where's Hogan's head? It's in
right
his
there,
freaking thighs. The rest of his body is going down. His head is still in his thighs, and the rest of his body goes down.
Thighs, head in the crotch area right there. Now my question is, if this camera,
his head is being jammed into his thighs.
Right here, for that, if they stuck with that, would Hogan be able to still claim that Taker hurt him? Because this camera right here,
and Hogan was telling the truth because we're going to hear him.
But this one,
oh, you jammed me. You had me so tight, you jammed me. He was telling the truth.
Here would make Hogan look like he's not wrong without the camera switch. Do you see what I'm saying?
You can see it the whole time. Everybody is so focused on that chair.
Hogan would not have been held accountable for this lie. Now, I'm not saying that, like, the impact and everything, you don't feel a jarring sensation.
Do you see his neck jamming into his freaking thighs?
He's gripping him as tight as he can. Now,
he's gripping him as tight as he can, and his head is stuck in his thighs.
Usually when you take the tombstone, you're wrapping your arms around him here.
Hogan never once
arm.
said, when you got me, he never once said, you smashed my head into the chair. He says, you jammed me. And that is exactly what is happening. Stevie Richards, who is that?
What I'm looking at right here,
2-bit freaking wrestler. He's not, but no, now he's some pro freaking analyzer. He's staring at that chair.
Taker's bear hugging him. That's one of the key points.
Look at this.
Of taking a tombstone is you're literally, you've seen people reverse tombstones.
This is so obvious that Hogan was finally telling the truth on something.
Pick him up. And you've seen plenty of people.
But because he's such a liar and lies about everything, everybody is focused on the chair. And when Hogan said he jammed him, they're like going, well, by jamming him, he must have meant he really smashed his head into the chair. No, he said, you jammed me. Hogan was telling the truth.
The best tombstone pile drivers that Taker has ever given to anybody.
Because you mentioned the arm placement there, Stevie. Is there any credence to a potential neck injury claim then? So, say you have your arms
I'm almost ready to swear.
The waist where you should have, whereas Hogan's arms are way up.
Everybody
way above. I mean,
is so focused on the chair
instead of wrapping around.
Could his arm placement have jolted his neck conceivably?
And you got to remember too, Undertaker's new. I mean, he's not new, but this is his first time being a big deal. And he's going up against the Golden Goose, as he called him. Undertaker screwed up here. His very first tombstone pile driver was against, what was that guy? Coco Beware. You ever seen that one? Holy buckets. And this one, not as bad. I mean, I get it. Hogan's big. But he did. He had him too tight. He had him too high to make it. I mean, that's just a terrible tombstone. Even if he didn't hurt him. But he had him way too high, jammed into his thighs. And what did Hogan say? Hogan didn't say you hit me into the chair. He said you jammed me. And this is exactly what's going on. Look at his neck. Hogan didn't lie, and Stevie Richards is too freaking ignorant because he decided to make a whole freaking video on this, bringing out those magic markers and everything, and he even circled Hogan's head as it's getting tweaked, and it just goes right over his head.
Are you looking at that, or do you think there's absolutely no possible credence to him?
And this guy talking in the background.
Obviously, he didn't land on his
They're all staring at this.
The only thing I can think of, if you want to put any kind of truth into it, is that when you're looking at this, and if you're not fully...
Here's the thing. This is where I thought he was going to say something correct, but he doesn't. He's false on this, too.
Braced in every way.
Gave me hope.
Bear hugging Taker, the same way that Taker's bear hugging you, then this effect going down like this could kind of reverberate and send little kind of shockwaves down your spine into your neck, or up
he was
into your
talking
neck,
about his
down.
neck.
If
He even said it was
he could have
his neck.
slipped this much. Taker can hold him, but this dude's still.
He's doing his whole spine, and Hogan was talking about his
Taker's
neck.
trying to hold him as tight as he can. Even here, I didn't see. We'll go back and see.
You don't see that?
He hits.
So you don't even really see his head.
He slid down just like an inch, but still nowhere.
See that? He got past that.
He hits.
Where's Hogan's head? See, he freezes right here for a second. He's like, oh crap, that actually shows that Hogan. See, I think he actually does know. Because why would you freeze on this shot and then go, oh nope, I gotta go to a different one and freeze on that. This frozen shot, everybody can focus on that. Where's Hogan's head? Stevie, Mr. Stevie Richards, you're the one froze fame. You froze the frame on this one. I think you saw it. I think you saw that Hogan was telling the truth. But you decided to go to a different freeze frame.
Didn't even really slide. He slid down just like an inch, but still nowhere close to the chair. And then he just
stop. Did you see that?
Dude, he even
look at that.
He placed him down to where.
Stop staring at the chair. Look at where Hogan's head was jammed into his freaking thighs.
His neck.
Hello, Stevie. Anybody that freaking watches this video and agrees with me, that knows Stevie Richards, that knows The Undertaker, freaking hey, this is so frustrating to watch this freaking expert analysis of this deal. Oh, he's got the magic pen again. See, where's Hogan's head?
Arms are literally, like you said, he's just kind of up like this.
See, he's got him below the shoulder blades. Below the shoulder blades, and his head is still way up there. So that means his shoulder and everything was getting towards the Undertaker.
See his left for Hogan's right?
So frustrating.
So, see the one hand up there? But he landed him, dude. Taker could give me this tombstone, and I've legitimately broken my neck and had fusion surgery. I could take that tombstone every single night and probably never get hurt.
Nobody could.
So essentially, and I know Taker, they look back at the footage because he felt terrible.
Just that little bit right there. I'll back it up. Watch Hogan's head bounce off his thighs.
And probably never get hurt. So essentially,
see that?
I know Taker.
Do you see that?
The footage because he felt terrible. And then when he saw this, didn't he do a quote like, I knew how I was dealing with after that point, or from that point on.
Boom. I give him the tombstone. As soon as my knees hit, I hear, oh, you got me, brother. I am just like, how I'm like, you have all these, like, I'm, 20, I was 24,
Hogan never says,
years old, and,
I hit the chair. He says, you jammed me.
I just crushed Hulk Hogan, right? That's what's going through my head. Like, they gave me this opportunity, they gave me the chance to run with the ball, and I just hurt the golden goose. So I'm just devastated.
You should be devastated, right? Because you keep running with this lie with him. I
was asking, where's Hulk at?
I get it. I'm not blasting Undertaker because he probably hasn't seen this footage since it happened way back in the day. And even then, he was probably thinking, well, I didn't hit him in the chair. I thought I was, so I give Undertaker a pass. Stevie Richards took the time to analyze the video with his magic markers and everything. He even had freeze frames of Hogan's head being jammed into the Undertaker's thighs. He circled his head. But what was he looking at? He was looking at the distance from the head from the chair. Not his head actually bouncing off the Undertaker's thighs. Matter of fact, what was the time on this?
Right.
8:49. I'm going to go back at the beginning of this pile driver. Can I find it? Yeah, right here.
In a way, we're going to look at this first in real time. Boom, come right down there. And the context on this is
when they're
standing. I love the fact that right here.
Do you see that? Where they're standing? Look where the Undertaker's knees are. See? Look at where his pen is. Stevie Richards being the great analyst. Oh, I need to get me a pen. I don't have a pen right now. I got a fork. Okay, you use your magic pen. I'm going to use my magic fork. Stevie Richards is still over here. Look at the magic fork never lies. My magic fork is going over here. Undertaker's knees. Hogan's head. Let's see. Because my fork is so straight. Knees go down. So that means as their knees are going down, they're going to bend over this way. Where's Hogan's head going to go? Hogan's still going to go straight down, but the knees are going out. So Hogan gets jammed. Look at that. Look at that. If you're going to say Hogan's anything right now, he's a pretty good scratch sniffer. But he's way too high. Undertaker's new. He's afraid of hurting Hogan, so this is what he's doing. Undertaker screwed this up. Hogan did not. That's it. Magic fork never lies, but look at Stevie Richards with the magic marker. He's over here when he should be looking at right here where his knees are as he's dropping down. He screwed Hogan up. Whatever, you got him on a nice little vacation. So we're just going to go back to Undertaker talking.
Like I'm going in to check on him, but then here come the paramedics and stuff. So here, me and kayfabe, right? So I go behind the wall with Shane. Me and Shane are behind the wall, and I'm having to, listen to, can you feel this? Can you do that? And then I hear somebody get my wife and kids on the phone. And you watch it back, you can tell his head never touched. I got to San Antonio.
Because you're focused on a chair.
I was like, Terry, I watched it back. Your head never hit. He was like, well, brother, what it was you had me so tight that when we came down, I had nowhere to move.
Did you hear that? He never once accused him of smashing him into the chair. All he said was he had me so tight I had nowhere to move. And you jammed me.
And that's what jammed my neck, because I couldn't move at all.
So if I could interpret
which
that,
is right there. Oh, I forgot. Forgot. Where'd I put? Magic fork. Right there. That's where he jammed him. Not down here. Everybody focusing. Expert Stevie and his magic marker. He's going to probably circle this area right here and go, look at the distance. Hogan is such a lying piece of crap. Where's Hogan's head? This is his shoulder blades. That's where the Undertaker. So it's like all that area, shoulders, everything are still way up here. But the rest of Hogan's body is coming down and it's going to land and Hogan flops. And you honestly think Hogan decided right at that second to fake it? I don't think so. No different than when Steve Austin got pile drived by Owen Hart. Except that his head actually hit the thing. But he gave him a stinger, is what he did. He jammed his freaking neck.
You protected me so much that you hurt me.
See, he's mocking Hogan right here. I'm mocking you right now, Stevie Richards. You took probably a lot longer than the length of your video to research this. The only research that I saw that you actually did correctly was the fact that you figured out where to get a magic marker, because I don't know where to get one. I had to use my magic fork. Other than that, what research did you do? Nothing, except getting out a tape measure and measuring the distance between a chair.
Yeah.
See, this kind of, and I give Taker credit. At that point in his career, he literally just won the title. He's going to lose the title. He may have hurt.
This is what annoys me when somebody makes a video. See, I'm doing the same thing, but I'm not even sticking up for Hogan. I'm just pointing out the fact that he missed it. The first time I ever saw this was like 5 years ago or whatever, and I saw it right away. I was like, I totally see Hogan's point on where he got hurt. This guy was in the business. He's got to be dumb. Maybe, I don't know. I shouldn't even say that he's got to be dumb. He's got to be blind. And he must really not like Hulk Hogan on a personal level for him to make this video and do all this analysis and totally miss what I'm talking about. Because otherwise, he's just another one spreading another rumor, except he made this really fancy video with 2 split screens and all that stuff, and looking good with the arms, too.
The Golden Goose. But he went to watch.
His claim to fame is the Blue World Order.
So he might have had a little bit of a reputation, or Taker just wanted to look. And for Taker to approach him at that point in Taker's career and say, dude, your head never touched. It takes an incredible amount of courage.
Yeah, at that point in his career, The Undertaker agreed. I hold nothing on The Undertaker on this. At everybody's point in their careers, you don't wrestle anymore, Undertaker doesn't wrestle anymore, and Hogan doesn't wrestle anymore. Hogan's probably tired of defending himself on this. But you need to reanalyze your analyzing video on this. And Undertaker should probably go back and look at Hogan's freaking head right here, jammed in his thighs, while his 300+ pound frame is working its way around it. His head that can't move. See, that's the thing. People don't understand when you're saying jamming. It's not that he just didn't jam his head in. Now he's got this whole 300-some pound frame going past his head and neck, which can't move. But Hogan's the lying piece of crap in this.
And confidence, because after that moment, Taker could have not been Undertaker and could have been jobbed down, never had a WrestleMania victory. You know what I mean? Politically, Hogan could have really destroyed his career if he wanted to.
But he didn't.
Hogan was on the
and
way
he got
out,
hurt.
Otherwise, they wouldn't have put Taker over. And
everybody
saw money.
See, that's the thing, too. Everybody wants to talk about how Hogan's this piece of crap. He didn't have to lose a Ultimate Warrior all those times, but he did. He could have destroyed The Undertaker's career right here. Mark Calloway wasn't anything at this time. He was a cool character, but before that, WCW, he was a boring, mean Mark Callis or whatever he was called. He wasn't that good. This saved his career, being The Undertaker. Hogan could have destroyed his career, but he did it.
There's tons of money in Taker, but do you see what I mean?
What's Hogan's angle here? Because
he didn't have an angle.
Let me know everything that
he got hurt
about who he being Hulk Hogan was as a person.
You want my opinion on who I thought he was, or maybe still is?
Oh, here we go.
It's the old watching.
Okay, here's the deal. I haven't watched this. I stopped and rewound it and decided to make a video, so I'm hearing this for the first time too. I think Stevie Richards has a chip on his shoulder about Hogan.
Vince is watching a talent that has a lot of promise. Vince is watching a talent that has a lot of potential and is on kind of a rise. I'm not saying with Taker, I'm saying in general. Wrestler, creator wrestler, whatever it is from Fire Pro Wrestling. Vince is watching it. He's like, wow, this is good. This guy's going to be good. I really could do some stuff with this guy. And then you got a guy like Hogan that'll say, are you sure, brother?
See,
I don't know.
now you're just
Or
making
just
shit up in your head.
Not saying yes is as good as this guy does not have it.
This is another thing I can't stand, is when people talk about somebody and they have these conversations that this person is having. That's a conversation that you're making up in your head, but you're saying it as if Hogan said it. Hogan never had that conversation. He might have. He doesn't know it. Undertaker doesn't know it. Ric Flair doesn't know it. The only one that knows it is Hogan and whoever he would have had that conversation with. Other than that, nobody knows. Speculation is bullshit, especially shit like this. When you're having a freaking conversation with somebody that is made up. This is what Hogan probably said. This whatever, dude.
Hogan
this is how mature you are.
And then, like I said, my
children
speculation
have
is
conversations
I
like
got to get
this.
the title back as soon as possible. And I got to do anything I can to make it look like
Look at this. He's having a conversation. He's talking like he's Hulk Hogan right now. Because this is probably something Stevie Richards would do. If he's going to decide this is what Hogan would do, it's probably something he thought of in his life.
I really could do some stuff with this guy. And then you got a guy like Hogan that'll say, are you sure, brother? I don't know. Or just not say yes.
Just
not saying yes is as good as this guy does not have it. So Hogan had to do the job.
This is my first.
Like I said, my speculation is.
This is my first take and only take I'd make in this video. I've screwed up a lot in this, but I'll say it again. People that freaking decide what other people say that you don't even really know, and then you freaking have this conversation and you dare put this on the internet, on the YouTube, like it's an actual conversation that Hogan had with somebody when you just made it up in your head. Annoys the heck out of me. It does. As soon as I'm done making this, I'm posting this. I don't care. I'm not going to edit it. Nothing. This is such a frustrating video to watch. Not mine. Not my video. Stevie Richards' video is a frustrating one to watch. You all love my video, so don't forget to like and subscribe.
As soon as possible. And I got to do anything I can to make it look like Undertaker. Oh, he hurts guys. I mean, I'd love to work him, but he hurts guys.
See?
I don't think
he's
he has.
making
really
shit up
want to make
right
him
here.
Champion? I don't know. He hurt me. He hurt me. If he hurts me, what's he going to do to this guy?
And look at this. I didn't even know this. He even adds a link. More lies. See, this wasn't about the truth. Stevie Richards has some score to settle with Hulk Hogan. He does not like him. Why else would he have a link to another one? More lies. I get it. Hogan lies about a lot of stuff. So do most wrestlers. Alright, I'm done. I'm going to post this one, and I'm going to freaking tag Stevie Richards on this, and I'm going to tag Hulk Hogan on this, and I'm going to tag The Undertaker on this, and none of them are going to watch it. But I hope you watch it, and I hope you share it to them, and somebody says something to them, because this is the most annoying argument that's been going on for way too long, and everybody is so focused on that dumbass chair when they should be looking up here where Hogan's head is still smelling his nutsack getting jammed, which Hogan said. Be kind yourself. Be kind to others. Peace.